So with BedWars turning 2, I felt it was time to go through again what are 10 things I think BedWars needs to add. I've had a lot of feedback from my community saying they're getting bored of BedWars, and I think, it's time to come up with 10 things I think BedWars needs to make it fresh again. And some of these, are quality of life improvements, so we're going to cover those. I also asked some of my friends who are also BedWars content creators what they think they should add in BedWars. Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe because we are trying to get to 1 million subscribers this year, and it's not going to be easy. Also, if you're an Islands fan, I still make Islands videos over on my Islands channel. It's called DV Plays Islands. Go check that out. We just reached 10,000 subscribers over there. So without further ado, let's get into this. So with number 10, speaking of Islands, I think BedWars needs to give items in Islands for rewards. There's a lot of people in my community that still play Islands and BedWars, combined. They jump between the games, and because, I really see BedWars as an extension of Islands, not separate. Some people see them as separate games, or like Islands is kind of like, oh yeah, that one game that they used to make until they moved on to BedWars, which is not really the case. They still update Islands regularly, and so I really think we need to have some rewards in Islands for playing BedWars. Imagine you get like your first win badge, or you get your 100 wins and 1,000 wins, maybe different milestones, maybe there's different quests you could do, maybe hidden quests, just some really cool stuff you can get in Islands to place on your island to be proud of what you've done in BedWars. Next up on number 9 is solo mode for Skywars. Like, I've thought about playing Skywars a few times, and then I keep seeing that it's doubles only, and I don't like Skywars because I don't really play a lot of Skywars. The Skywars could be fun if they had a solos mode, so it'd be pretty cool if they added that. Next up on number 8 is defenders versus attackers mode. This is a pretty cool mode. I played it in different games, usually in shooters, but essentially what you have is a couple minutes or maybe 5 minutes to build and make the best defense you can. Then attackers get to attack, and they need to try to like break your core or destroy your side. Basically you need to defend your base. Then the sides switch, and it's their turn to defend and your turn to attack, and it's basically just best out of 3. This could be a pretty fun mode because I think a lot of people love building. I don't know about you, but I've seen, especially in 30v30s, when I see everyone just sitting there building, I can tell people love building. They don't really want to like fight. They just want to make a really, really cool defense and castle. And as annoying as that is, you see that people like doing it. So this is kind of like a no-brainer for the devs. Like, you should just do this. Like, make it so people could, build a defense and have fun. Next one, number 7, is really a quality of life change, and that is a region select. I just hate it when I suddenly like connect in Japan and I have like a 500 ping, and I don't know why I'm lagging so bad until I look at the region and I realize I'm literally on a server across the ocean, and it doesn't make any sense. I'd rather just wait like an extra like minute or two and find a US server if I can, or just have an option to, force that. So you could do like region select or something. It would be really cool. I don't know how hard this would be for the devs, but I can't imagine it's that hard because they already have like region select detection. Next one, number 6, is pretty cool. So imagine, 30v30. 30v30 is already kind of like a slowdown mode. It's a mode where you get to like have a little bit more time in the game and kill, and bed breaking is a little bit lower priority. It takes a little longer for bed breaking. Matches tend to go to 20 minutes more often. And inside the war LTM, it's a little different but similar. Okay, imagine 30v30, but instead of just one bed, you have multiple beds. And so your first layer of beds you got to take out. So essentially imagine there's like bed A and bed B, and then there's like a master like boss bed. I don't know what you'd call it, but basically like a core that needs to be taken out that has way more HP. It's not a normal bed. It's like a giant bed, but imagine it has like 10 times as much HP, and you got to take that out. So it's a slower mode than 30v30s. It gives you an opportunity to really have fun and play. So like you have a chance to come back. Also, like the deathmatch timer should probably be doubled, or like maybe 30 minutes or so. That way you have a chance to like, continue on and play a little bit longer and have a chance at that bed. Next up with number 5 is a quality of life change, and that's simple quality mode. I don't know about you, but I really miss the OG BedWars days where like you didn't have all the particle effects splashing all over the place, explosions going on. When you go in first person, you got the sword and bows and stuff all in your face. Like, there's just way too much going on, and it turns off all the particle effects, because if you're like Elder Tree in first person, you see all that green covering your screen, and then also Rage Blade starts getting all like glowy and stuff, and it I think even like Infernal Shielder has this problem. But there's a bunch of kids that have particle effects on them, so when you go in first person mode, you can't really see very well. So it'd be really cool to have like a simple like quality mode or performance mode that just has no effects, minimal textures. Ideally you're gonna be able to get like crazy FPS this way, and it's just gonna be a lot more fun in my opinion. So with number 4, this is the ability to restart the game in customs mode. So imagine we have like a hide and seek match on my stream, and I want to have like a 2 or 3 round kind of match scenario for players. I can't do that. It's impossible because everyone's gonna get kicked out, and then a whole lot of other people are gonna come in, and they won't be able to have another chance. So if I wanted to like have a best 2 out of 3, everyone's got to go and re-log in, and we got to start creating new code and all that. It's a real big pain. I don't think this is going to be possible just based on how BedWars works, but it'd be really cool to be able to like not have to do all the work of like getting people back in. So say like I'm doing like a lucky block race. Imagine if I had like a video with someone and I just hit restart match. match, like new match or new mode, kind of like Arsenal. Arsenal has the same thing. You don't have to like jump out of Arsenal like VIP and like reconnect to be able to change settings and new map and such. It'd be really nice to be able to have this ability to just like do everything in the same match. Next up with number 3 is kind of an interesting one, and we've talked about this at the launch or release of BedWars, and that was the ability to have user created maps. Now I know what you're thinking, did we already have that? You could just go and create a custom map and you got a code. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about player made maps that are in actual rotation for the game in the main lobby. And that being like, imagine there's like a squads map that was created by Joe over here that made a really, really cool map and everyone can play on it. And so that way it's not like BedWars dev created. It's more like getting the community involved, making really cool maps. And this could be just a matter of like doing like community kind of events and contests on the BedWars server and them giving like as the reward, kind of like what they did with the kit skins, but as the reward, they include that map for the month. So like doing like a monthly map kind of contest, and then whatever is created then actually goes in and becomes a real map. That would be so cool because then we'd actually see a lot more maps more frequently. I think we're seeing maps here and there, but just seeing some more of the community created maps would be really cool. I'm not trying to put any artists out of the job, like world builders. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to put you out of work on the BedWars team, but it'd be really cool to have a UGC map rotation. Next up with number 2 is going to be controversial. Okay, let me get you seated. Okay, sit down, take your seat just for a moment. There's going to be some yelling, there's going to be some screaming, there's going to be some comments about this one, and it's very controversial, and I just need to preface like why I want this. BedWars for the longest time has been so heavily reliant on kits. We have new items and lucky blocks, we have new kits, we have maybe a new game mode. Pretty much that's all we've been getting. It's kind of like slap battles where you get a new glove. It's the same thing, right? Where we get the little refresh, which isn't really a problem. Maybe it's okay that it's like this, but I'm kind of bored of that. Like I'm cool with having these every now and then, but me getting excited about a new kit and sometimes scared of new kit, it'd be nice if we had something different to look forward to. One thing that I love about some of the other games on Roblox is the ability to trade. Now I know everyone's freaking out. I just said trade. I said the bad word. Trading is a bad word to many people in the community. So this is not going to give you like massive OP. You can't trade a kit. So what I'm suggesting is we have cosmetic only trading. Now imagine this for the holidays or for Halloween. It's the Phantom Rageblade. We already have Rageblade skins. We already have these skins. They're just not tradable. So we have like the Void Rageblade, right? We already have the Victorious Rageblade. We already have skins for these weapons. We also have skins for crossbow. But you get what I'm saying here is we already have skins for weapons. They've already kind of stepped over across that line. What I'm suggesting is to buy skins and trade them. So that includes weapon skins, that includes kit skins. That includes armor skins technically. But what would be really cool is being able to trade. And this trading economy is so huge in some of these other games. So example, Blox Fruits has, fruit trading. That is so huge. There are like people that literally that's all they do is collect and trade, fruits because they're trying to complete their fruit collection or whatever. You look at Pets MX. I know it's pets. Okay, I get it. I would say most of the people who trade for pets do so for value, and that's their game. That's their mini game. They literally don't even care about the game. All they do is they love trading. They love getting the next coolest, skin because it's rare or it's limited. And then on top of this, imagine you can get a DB kit skin. You can get a Tanker kit skin. You can get a Mini Bloxy. You can get a Fulton. You get, name your favorite content creator here, Bandites. If you're a content creator, I didn't name you. It's not intentional. I don't want to sit here naming everyone off. But you get what I'm saying. Even like a Creekcraft, he doesn't even really play the game, but imagine you can get the Creekcraft sword. That's pretty cool. So having the limited skins gives like this really like breath of fresh air to BedWars. Now, long term, this could get boring if they're not doing really cool skins, but it's really important that you understand that BedWars needs something new for people to do, especially content creators, and content creators can make videos again. And BedWars, if they're able to, trade and get like the coolest limiteds and such and talk about like the values of things, it's going to create a whole like new sector of content in BedWars. Whether it would ruin the game, I don't think so, because it's just cosmetics. It doesn't matter. It's not impacting anything. Duping concerns, yeah, I mean, there is a concern there, but they can mitigate that by a proper trade system. But it's just unlocks. You're just talking about skin unlocks anyway, so it's not that big deal. There's no economy that you're going to blow up or ruin. You're just trading. So maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. Now, of course, after all that and that whole tangent, sorry it was long, number 1 is classic BedWars mode. Listen, like, we missed the OG BedWars. Before the introduction of kits, before the introduction of, you know, enchants, you know, all these like new unique items and such. The OG BedWars was like real BedWars. It was like if you go to Minecraft, it was like that, right? You go to Minecraft, you got a bed, you got to defend it. You know, use blocks. It's mostly about pearling. Not even the balloons. It's just like literally like TNT, pearls, and a couple of things. You know, maybe they can still leave fireballs, I guess, but all skill, all fun, real matches. It's not like an issue where you're like, oh, that kid's OP, please kill it. They just comboed me with Whisper and, you know, Zephyr. That's a crazy combo. It's deadly. Devs, please nerf that combo. It's too OP. Or someone running into your base with Pyro and spawn camping you. It's not like that. So OG BedWars, no kits, no enchants, no craziness, just pure fun BedWars. And I think we need that. We really need it. But like I said, I did ask some of my content creator friends what they think should be added to BedWars. We'll start with the king himself, man. I think you know, he deserves it. And we're gonna start out with Liam here, aka Tanker. I asked him, you know, what's one thing that he would like to suggest or include, and he gave me a list. So he's recommending some new LTMs. What is classic game mode? Again, you know, classic game mode. He's asking for the same thing, exact same thing that I'm suggesting is just a no kit, like an OG mode. You're gonna see this pattern here, by the way. You're gonna see a big pattern with content creators on this. But the next one is bow only game mode. So normal bow, crossbow, headhunter, lucky block bows, and you know such. So basically any combination of bows, just like bow chaos. That's, you know, bow spammer's dream come true. Totally agree with this one. That would be really fun. And then a kit randomizer game mode. Everyone gets random selected in the match. That's pretty funny. The only problem with this one that I would have is just gonna be natural, because you see this in Infected, is when they're forced on something that they didn't want, you're gonna see a lot of people lobbying because they're gonna get like stuck with like a non-OP kit, and then they're gonna lobby, and that's just an unfortunate. Like, as fun as that sounds, I think people are gonna like lobby a lot. Next up here we have Midi Bloxy. I'm just gonna play what he said because he sent me a voice response instead of actually writing it out, so I'm just gonna play it for you.
Please, for the love of Flipper, nerf the Hannah kit, please. Please.
I think he just wants Hannah nerfed. It's a pretty easy request. I'm sure he'll get that granted. So Crystal Cream replied. He says, I have a lot of stuff I think they should add. Revamp the game. New swords, armor, blocks, and currencies. So Crystal wants like absolute like start over. Fix the PvP. So he basically wants a new game. He wants BedWars 2.0. Rework lucky blocks. The mode is a mess with so many extremely broken OP items, and they're easy to gain. Add ranked 1v1 squads. Add back relics. New enchants. Remove the skill-based matchmaking based on levels. Change whisper mechanics, and I think I made the top 10 list for you. No, that's not my that's not my list. That's on my list. I agree with some of these. I think fix the PvP. Yeah, I think I'm not into the PvP. Revamp the game, new swords, armor, blocks, and currencies. Kind of cool. Like, it's a cool idea. I don't know about this, but maybe next season they could do that. I don't want relics back. I hated the relics. Adding ranked 1v1 and squads. Only if they remove kits. New enchants. I hate enchants, so I don't know about that. But yeah, pretty much all the rest I agree with here. So Maddie gave me 3 things he wants to see. One is build of the week. A new build with the code displayed on the board in the lobby would be awesome to show off what builders can do. I'll totally agree with this. This is a really cool idea. I like this a lot. Voidless game mode is a cool idea. Basically a mode where there would be no void. When you fall, it would be 5 to 10 blocks, and you would have to get back up through the middle via staircase. That's a really cool idea. I like that for casuals. It would give the player the motive to not want to fall whatsoever, because they would have to essentially build up via staircase. Okay. Idea from Hypixels. I didn't know Hypixel did that. That's pretty cool. So, and then Robux prizes and tournaments. I think BedWars should reward the top 3 ranks with some crazy Robux prizes, as well as start hosting official tournaments where any player could participate if met the right criteria. It would be fun to see. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I agree. That'd be neat to see more like official tournaments and such. Bandai says, I would like to see a kit like Barbarian, but for bows. Instead of the Rage Blade, you would get the Rage Bow or something of similar name. Would be a lot of fun to see a Barbarian go up against a kit that, you know, that's just like it. Yeah, I totally agree with this. I had this idea a long time ago, and I don't remember where I posted it. I don't know if it was another video. Let me know in the comments below. Where was that? I know I mentioned this at one point, that I thought it would be cool to have something like a similar mechanic to Rage, but for bows, and I fully agree with them on this. I love the idea. They should do it. Absolutely. So Weta here, as you know, Weta's one of my clan leaders, of course, so we got to ask him what he thinks they should include. And Weta wants more clan-related features, and then more ways to get lucky crates. As well, increase player level from 20. Yeah, I agree with that. So Mud here says a 1v1 game mode that is permanent. That'd be interesting. The problem with that, I think they need to do an LTM because they need to like test stuff out. So I wouldn't want like something permanent and then for it to keep changing. But I agree, a 1v1 mode would be cool. There'd be a separate leaderboard for it. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. You queue with players who have the same amount of wins on that mode, and the leaderboard will track wins from the game mode. That's cool. The ability ability for players to choose their animations in game for free to give everyone a chance to play with the same animations. A daily reward system where you get to unlock like a crate every 7 days or something, similar items if they add a permanent shop. Yeah, that's a cool idea. A permanent shop in the game that resets every season with cosmetics, kit skins, crates, titles, etc. Yeah, see, he's got the cosmetics. I agree with him here. Cosmetics, kit skins, crates, titles, etc. Although he's missing the trading part. I think you need trading for that, because the problem with this, the reason why I like trading is if you come to the game late, you have no chance to ever get any of these things, and that's kind of lame. I really like the ability to get stuff when you're, you know, like 2 years down the road, because someone comes to BedWars 2 years later, they see all this stuff they can never get. It's kind of lame. You feel like you missed out on everything. You just kind of bail. Fulton says BedWars needs to add an OG mode where you play back in time how everything used to be. Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is a common thing. I agree, Fulton. I agree. Alan here says more limited game modes like classic game mode would be nice. There's a lot of stuff, but my brain cannot function at 1 a.m., so it's a little late for him, but he agrees. He agrees. CKF here says not a suggestion, but it would be cool if the game would introduce YouTuber only items where a specific YouTuber can give out, you know, stuff like my plushie and islands. Totally agree with this. That'd be really cool. I think they should make it so like content creators can give out like a cosmetic or a sword or something. Why not? I mean, that's super cool. Other games do it. All right, Kyrie here says they should add more weapons, add a kit that has something to do with damage multipliers that relate to limbs like they did with the headhunter. It would be really cool in my opinion. Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, so like kind of like the headhunter, but instead of it's a kit or weapon. Honestly, I do like the headhunter. That was a really cool weapon. Might be a little too OP though. Typhoon says a kit ban and pick for rank game, basically a draft system. That's pretty cool. Kind of like League of Legends and Overwatch. And then rework on the kits they've forgotten. 5 times nerf on Spirit Catcher was a bit disappointing. Yeah, I agree with that. That was kind of crazy. I mean, it's really hard to balance so many kits. One reason why, again, I think we should, you know, switch things up. Maybe slow down the kit creation and go into a little bit more of cosmetics. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what you think BedWars should add in the comments below. Curious what you think about some of these things like trading and such. I know it's controversial. I don't expect everyone to agree with me. I mean, there's no way you'll all agree with me on that. I mean, that's just some people just hate that idea, and I get it. You don't want people begging, constantly bugging you for trades, but hey, it'd be just something fresh and exciting. I don't know. But anyway, thanks again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next vid. Peace.